Have you ever felt like your entire life is just surviving the next thing? You wake up, you rush, you work, you take care of everyone, and you try not to fall apart. You go to bed exhausted, and then you just do it all over again. And honestly, I realized that I wasn't overwhelmed because my life was too full. I was overwhelmed because I had no rhythm protecting my peace. No rhythm protecting my peace. And no, I didn't suddenly wake up with a perfect routine. It actually started with something that was just incredibly small. Sitting in my car in silence for 5 minutes before walking into the house. Yeah, 5 minutes makes a big difference. Hey, beautiful mama. I'm Felicia from Flourishing with Purpose, where we talk about faith-filled harmony, time stewardship, and creating peace without living in constant hustle. And today, I just want to share just a few tiny rhythms that honestly started helping me feel emotionally lighter again. Emotionally lighter again. For a long time, I thought fixing overwhelm just meant better schedules, more discipline, waking up earlier, being more productive. But I noticed something. Even when I checked everything off that list, I still felt emotionally exhausted because my life had structure, but there was no room for me to breathe. And I think a lot of moms live there as well. Everything is functioning on the outside while eternally you feel rushed all day long and all the time. And this is what surprised me the most, that peace didn't come from doing less first. It came from slowing down internally. Slowing down internally. One of the first things I started doing was stopping before transitioning into the next part of my day. That sounds simple, but I used to rush into everything. Rush into work, rush into the house, work into dinner, rush into bedtime, no pause, no reset, no breathing room. Now, sometimes before I walk inside after work, I sit in silence. I pray. I may listen to some worship music, or honestly, I just breathe for a minute, inhale and exhale. And that tiny pause has changed the atmosphere of my evenings. And no, this isn't about becoming that girl with the perfect morning routine, because this is about protecting your peace just in the small ways. Just in the small ways. Another rhythm that's been helping me is slowing down moments I used to rush through. Even something as simple as sitting outside for a few minutes, enjoying a cup of ice cream without multitasking at the same time, taking a worship walk, no reaching for my phone immediately. I realized I had trained myself to believe that rest had to be earned. And I think a lot of moms feel guilty anytime they slow down, because I did. But God never asked us to live emotionally breathless all the time. No, He did not. That is not the life that He has for us. I think sometimes we keep waiting for a vacation, or maybe a free weekend, less responsibilities, life to calm down and slow down before we finally allow ourselves peace. But healing often starts in tiny moments. The tiny rhythms, the tiny pauses, the tiny boundaries, and tiny moments with God. Not perfection, just intentional breathing room. And honestly, these small rhythms may not look dramatic online, but they've been changing me slowly. So, if you've been feeling overwhelmed lately, maybe the answer isn't trying harder. Maybe it's creating small rhythms that help your soul to breathe again. I'd love to know in the comments. Just tell me one small rhythm that helps you to feel grounded or peaceful. And if this encouraged you today, make sure you subscribe for more faith-filled encouragement and practical rhythms for busy moms trying to live with harmony instead of constant hustle. And if you need a gentle next step, I've created my Harmony Reset Guide for the overwhelmed Christian mom who wants to create peace-filled rhythms rooted in grace and stewardship. And I'll place the link below for you. So, I will see you in the next video.